Well-known journalist Gauri Lankesh has been shot dead at her home in Bengaluru. The police commissioner has confirmed the incident. Reports suggest that unidentified men shot her 7 times from close range and 3 bullets hit her. She collapsed at the door of her house in West Bengaluru. She was seen as a fearless, independent and outspoken journalist and was editor of Gauri Lankesh Patrike. The initial details are emerging now. The incident happened at around 8 to 8:30 p.m. 7 rounds were fired, 3 bullets hit her. Maya Sharma joins us for more on this. Maya, what more details do you have?
Well, that is pretty much what we're hearing. That at this stage, Gauri had just returned to her home in Rajarajeshwari Nagar on the outskirts of Bengaluru. She returned to her home shortly after 8 o'clock. And the police are indicating that as she got out of her vehicle and was entering the house, she was actually shot multiple times by unidentified assailants. There have been no arrests made so far. It is believed that it's possible that one of the assailants was actually waiting at her house while others followed her car on a motorbike. And she was shot dead after 8 p.m. before 9 p.m. this evening. The police only confirming officially that her body was found on the veranda of her residence in Rajarajeshwari Nagar. The body has since been moved to Victoria Hospital, where a post-mortem will be conducted. The post-mortem, of course, will be conducted because more information needed, more details needed when it comes to this murder, this very, very sad murder. Gauri Lankesh was just 55 years old. She ran a Kannada newspaper. Like her father, she was a fearless, feisty journalist in Kannada. Her father, P. Lankesh, was a noted writer and also ran Lankesh Patrike, a very, very strong newspaper, very outspoken newspaper, which took absolutely no advertisements and ran only on subscription. He was outspoken and fierce. She ran one version of Lankesh Patrike, her brother Indrajit ran the other branch of Lankesh Patrike. She was always focused on her work. She was considered to be leftist in her views. She was also being criticized by some who saw her to be pro-Naxal in sympathies. And she was also considered to be anti-Hindutva in her views as well. She was, in fact, recently convicted in a case of defamation which also involved the BJP MP of Hubli Dharwad, Prahalad Joshi, and she had been sentenced to 6 months in prison and was, in fact, out on bail. Gauri Lankesh was absolutely a very well-known figure in journalism circles in Bengaluru, strongly outspoken, strong in her speech, strong in what she wrote as well. She was fearless. It's a description which is many, many times used, but she was really fearless, and her death has been an absolute shock to the community here. The people have started paying tributes, of course. The police have formed into teams to try and find out who was responsible for the shooting. A little over 2 years ago, M.M. Kalburgi, a rationalist and Kannada writer, was shot dead at the door of his home in Hubli Dharwad in North Karnataka. That murder has still not been solved. And her family will be hoping that there will be some closure to this, that the people who actually carried out this terrible murder will actually be caught soon. She's survived by her mother, by her brother Indrajit Lankesh, and by her sister Kavita Lankesh, a filmmaker. They of course absolutely devastated at this point of time, and still trying to put things together, still trying to figure out what happened, who killed Gauri Lankesh, which is something the police will be looking at. The body right now taken to Victoria Hospital in the city for a post-mortem. Of course, the cause of death fairly obvious considering the number of bullets in her, but the post-mortem will also perhaps help the police in their investigation as they try to bring the killers to some sort of justice. The murder of Gauri Lankesh, a senior journalist in Bengaluru, this evening.